Well, welcome back to the Marketing Makers Lab, and here's where we talk a little bit about the future of making this practice of measurement even better. You know, as a marketing maker, you now understand the history and core concepts of marketing measurement. If you were ever worried that somehow you didn't understand how complicated it was, well, rest assured that everybody, and I mean everybody, is in the same boat as you. Hopefully, the measurement pyramid can help you become a smarter and more savvy marketing maker and start to make sense of how you're aligning goals, key performance indicators, and the metrics that make those up. But what does the future of measurement look like? Where do we see this going? Well, it goes back to something I talked about at the top of this show. As there has been from 1948, when James Culleton was frustrated over how to manage the books in marketing expenses, to 2000 when measuring hits server-side technologies and it would take us a day to download all those hits that we would get on our website, to today, there's always been a new kind of measurement technique coming online. Artificial intelligence is being used to process more and mountains of data being generated by digital consumption of content. In most cases, this measurement, quite frankly, is being used to help us understand who is actually entering our sphere of influence and the intent they have while there. Put simply, the idea of intent data is that looking at individuals and some set of data that was accessible by technology, as marketers, we can not only identify who we should be targeting with specific campaigns, but when. As an example, there are many companies now that are using the fact that a customer visited their website in order to retarget them with ads. Well, now technology can measure what the person did on the website and only target those people that did something that you would define as showing purchase intent. And then you could either show them a different ad, or if they showed no intent, you might not show them an ad at all, not wasting some of that money and, of course, being what? More efficient in the process. Thus, creating efficiency through that measurement is still our ultimate goal here. There will be many artificial intelligence and algorithmic new ways to measure marketing in the months and years ahead. You might think of it this way. The technology of marketing ROI will always be focused on making the measurement ruler of measuring our coastline smaller and smaller, because that is the goal, to get more and more accurate with our data, to get the most accurate data possible and get the most perfect measurement of our marketing strategy coastline there is. But you know where this is going. My prediction is it won't be found. Just like the coastline of Britain, the coastline of our marketing is infinitely complex and infinitely long. And that's it for episode number 4 of Marketing Makers from, well, back here at the coastline of Britain. There is a quote that often gets attributed to Peter Drucker or Edward Deming or Lord Kelvin, and it says, "What gets measured gets managed." It's at the front of so many marketing measurement presentations that I see, and is usually the way that the presenter highlights that measurement is really an important piece of what we do as marketing makers. I agree, it's important, but let's take it up a level in altitude. First of all, neither Peter Drucker nor Deming nor Lord Kelvin said it. The quote itself comes from an academic, V.F. Ridgway, and it's only half of what he said. In 1956, just as we were starting to learn about all these 4 Ps, Ridgway was actually warning about the consequences of reducing everything meaningless to numbers. The complete quote says, "What gets measured gets managed, even when it's pointless to measure and manage it, and even when it harms the purpose of the organization to do so." That's our lesson. Understand that what we measure is a human construct. We're making it up. And we have to stop measuring everything just because we can. It's up to us to set the standards for measuring the quality of our success. If we're going to the trouble to get agreement to measure our progress toward anything, it should be something important. In the future, the invitation to measure everything, it will be tempting because all of that technology will help us do it. But my advice is that marketing makers measure the big things, the important things. Don't make things matter because they're measurable. Make them measurable because they matter. Until I see you next month, it's your story to tell. Tell it well.